Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. I've been inactive on YouTube for almost 2 years now, and the reason for that was that I was unfortunate enough to lose my brother, my younger brother, in a car accident last April, which basically brought me dead on my tracks. It was very difficult for me not just to deal with the whole thing, but to carry on with the channel because my brother was of paramount support, so to speak, and help during running episodes, being the man behind the camera, and so forth. So keeping up with that has been challenging, to say the least. Um, Time does well. I don't know if time heals. It certainly helps in recuperating and putting yourself back together. But things have been changing a lot. My brother was the main reason that I left Singapore to come back to Greece, and I'm very happy that I enjoyed 5.5 years of life with him. But now the time has come for me to move on. I am currently in a sabbatical in between jobs, and I got me a new job in Bangkok, Thailand, starting in April 2025. So I got me 4 months plus 10 days to be there, and I'm definitely taking Bob with me. I'm also sure my brother would love the adventure, and there's a brand new series, brand new season coming up based on that trip that's coming up. So what I've been doing in the almost 2 months that I've been jobless in between posts was preparing Bob frantically. Basically, I actually work almost every single day on the car, almost trying to prepare him for a trip that's going to take me from Thessaloniki, Greece, all the way to Bangkok, Thailand. And the only thing that could stop me was war breaking out in Iran, because that's the only. If the war starts there, I have no way to drive through. Maybe I could drive through Afghanistan and then Pakistan and then through India, Myanmar, Thailand, but I'm not really sure what's worse, driving through war zone in Iran or through peacetime Afghanistan. I'm not really sure. Either or, it's going to be interesting to say the least. So stick around, there's more episodes coming up. Bob and I are about to go. What I realized after having done a simulation trip, and that was a few years back, was that basically Bob behaved and was prepared much better than I was. I packed the car back then in a very, very wrong way, bringing kits and boxes and toolboxes and what have you, filling up pretty much every available cubic inch of space in the car. So this is not what I really want to do, and I want to be as practical as possible. I must have tools where I need them, when I need them. And the last thing I want to do is like what I experienced during the simulation trip a few years back, was to go looking through boxes and I don't know, bags and what have you, taking all the stuff out of the trunk, finding the thing you need, putting everything back together, go back to the front of the car, work on it. I don't want to do that. The plan is to be as practical as possible and utilize every available space on the tiny little car, known as the Classic Mini, as possible. So what I did was I converted my front hood into a toolbox so that I have everything I need when I need it right in front of me. And what do I mean by that? I got composite and I keep a spare fan belt. If I need it in the engine bay. I don't want to go looking for it. And on this side of the hood, I got all the tools that I will need for basic checkup, servicing, and so forth. I got me a filler gauge, I got me pliers, vice grips, a 13 millimeter or a half inch, which is probably the most important spanner or wrench to have. And I got me the second most important one, which is a telescopic magnet with a mirror, because in that cramped space of a Classic Mini, you do drop things and you want to be able to get them out. So basic servicing tools here, and on the front part of the car, I got me spark plug wrench, I got me a ratchet, a 3/8 with a full behave. I got me a full set of um, sockets, a spark plug socket. It ranges from 8 millimeter all the way up to 19 with my 3/8 ratchet as well, and basic spanners I will be needing for the car. In putting this toolbox together, I was actually working, and still am working, on the car, only utilizing tools from this toolbox, okay? And if during the process of repairing, fixing something, excluding the engine, which is not in here, I just add it up. So now I got me a complete set of stuff I will need. And I'm pretty much covered. I even got my extension rods for my ratchet here, a small one and a big one. And everything is kept together with magnets. So just stick them on and they stay. For those of you, man, I'm referring to you, who think that things will fall off, they don't. This is the new addition on the hood. This I've been operating with since 2020, I think. So quite a few years, quite a few kilometers. I never lost a tool, and I never had a tool dropping off the magnets. I do use fabric. Well, I basically made these covers up from an old motorcycle hood that I had, which has also been laying around, because again, I never throw anything away. And it just cut a little bit, measured a little bit, and made me hoods for these, mostly to protect them from dust, from water, from dirt, and so forth. And I can keep stuff in there that I cannot magnetically secure to the hood, like the fan belt, for example, that goes in there, and a piece of cloth to keep my hands clean. And everything is velcroed together, so I can close it and secure it in place, and it all stays there and it won't go anywhere. So there you go, tools sorted out. In fear of repeating myself too many times, the plan in packing Bob is to keep stuff where you need them for when you might need them, and this holds true for the fuse box as well. I use an 8 socket fuse box, though the Mini is a 4 circuit breaker system. The reason for that is that I'm using 4 and I got 4 spare fuses underneath. So if something happens, pop the lid open, remove a blown fuse, here's already an available one, switch them over, done. No need to go looking for fuses anywhere within the car. Of course, this is a pretty old one. I'm going to be replacing the fuse box, but the concept is use double of what I need. Okay, 4 circuit for the Mini, 8 circuit breaker box, and I got my fuses right where I need them. Done. I installed the roof rack at Pop, and this is basically a gift from one of the people that never lost faith in this project. So Mano, thank you very much for this wonderful gift present, however you might want to call it. What I'm going to be using my roof rack for is to have 2 spare tires with a mud profile on them. I don't have them yet because I can't find anything that's reasonably priced. So I'm going to have to make my own, and that's a different episode altogether. But, rack. Parts I'll be bringing along with me on the trip, part 1. All of that goes into the rear right-hand side pocket of the car, and what do we have here? I got me a spare CV joint, used but good. A pair of CV joint boots if I need to change anything. Brand Bolt has a SU-HS4 carburetor, so in case my dashpot wears out, I'm bringing a spare along with me, together with a good damper. So if I need to make the changes, this is a very quick job, and unless you have the part, I'm not going to be a happy camper. I got me a brand new universal type fuel pump in case the one I have fails. That's also a quickie. And I got me a set of gaskets for the front hub. That's two gaskets for one side. They go on the civet joint back and forth on the swivel hub. So that's that. It's not an easy job, but if I need to do it, they're right here. And a clutch release bearing, new, unused, in its box. Now, luckily, I'm saving me the entire bag of ball joints and accessories because I'll be ordering the maintenance free time, which cost half a kidney, but I would feel much more comfortable traveling with them. So all of that stuff goes and fills half of the pocket. What goes in the other half though? In the other half of the pocket goes a small bag which has coffee and food essentials. So I got me pocket knife and set of spoons and stuff, which I will need. And most definitely what's important, my bricky. Emergency coffee, I will definitely have more than that in the bag. So to prove the point behind that, to make coffee, I need me that kind of stuff, which is too big to fit anywhere. So what I did was I went ahead and I bought me a camper's little gas stove. And this is a scenario where size is of the essence. And it's that little tiny fellow, if I can get it out of the bag. So it unfolds, it's super smart and super good quality stuff, super expensive as well, but compare this size against that one. And I got my pot with me and I got me a mug, the handle of which I broke off because now I can fit it in here and I can get this little bugger in there as well, and that saves me an entire bag of stuff, which is important. And I go in there, close the lid off, tea and coffee apparatus ready to go. The last two items that go into the pocket would be my hammock and my tent, which I have been using and I love this one. I realized there's no need for a tent that's the size of a house. I will need it for either to protect myself from the elements or just to get a good decent night's sleep away from mosquitoes, insects, what have you. So this has been serving me faithfully for years. So let's see all of that stuff fitting into that pocket. Change of plan. Roll this one down. Put this one there. The other side. And I don't like where this one goes. I will find another spot for it. Too exposed. Now, one of the things I love about the Mini is how much space there's available in such a tiny car. And we've already seen how I've been utilizing the side pockets we were for shopping and groceries back in the day. There's also two compartments underneath the rear seat, which I will also be using. Here, well, I can put my shoes in either or, and I can have a towel with me I will go under there, and I got me my spring jacket to go there as well, and I can fit my coffee apparatus in there, so it's available when I need it. And I can also squeeze a pair of boots. These are watertight boots made out of rubber, which you can just wear over any kind of shoes you have, and you can keep your feet dry. So that goes in there too. And that side is done. Right, what's on the left hand side pocket though? First things first, I got me a set of spare hoses for the radiator that connects to the top side of the radiator, that connects the bottom side of the radiator. Now all my spares already have the fasteners on them, so I don't want to be looking in one spot for the hose and then go looking frantically for fasteners. This is something I've done to every single piece of hose that needs a fastener on the car. I use double. So if during a repair or a maintenance check or anything the first one fails, I just undo it, pull it out, and then drag the brand new one, which is just on standby, waiting there to be used. That's gonna save me a lot of time and a lot of frustration. So these two go in the pocket. What's next? I got me spare water pump. I got me that's a clutch master cylinder, which I will need to replace in my car at some point. It works now. I'm not entirely sure if I should keep that or just go ahead and change it, but anyway, it's not too difficult of a job, so I'll be bringing that along with me. I got me a spare oil feed pipe, which is the original one, in case something goes wrong with my oil cooler or a pipe bursts or whatever, and I just need to skip the oil cooler. I got me the part. And last but not least, I got me a spare coil, used but works. Original Lucas item. This is a 5-minute job to replace it if mine fails, and not having one, it's gonna be a shame. Being stranded in the middle of nowhere with no spark. So, is that all for the left pocket? Of course not. I can also fit in there an entire 4-liter bottle of antifreeze. And that's the pocket set, and let's load it up. There you go. Plus my multimeter and other electrical stuff goes there. Done. Okay, so what's really important is to have stuff you need when you need it, where you need it, easily and readily available. So first of all, in case of an emergency, if I need my fire extinguisher, most people for some reason put it in the trunk. Why would you want to waste all that time getting out of the car, opening the trunk, finding where the fire extinguisher is, and then deal with your fire? No, it needs to be right under here, where you can just grab it and run. So that's where I installed mine. Done. In case of flat tires and stuff, just lift the seat, and I got me my jack, three straps, a military grade shovel, the Greek army will be looking for that, I'm pretty sure, and a set of bungee cords. And with the seat down, you can't see anything, or so to speak, but yeah, everything nicely tucked away. Let's check the other side. Passenger side, same story. Underneath the seat, I got my foot pump and I got my emergency triangle. If something happens and I need to alert other drivers fast, it's right there for me to use, so I don't have to be looking through stuff in the trunk. So that's that. Okay, so when I was doing my interior, I was thinking of practicality, using denim that I love. So there's a back pocket at the back of the seat, and I got my gloves in there and a scarf. So that's done. Got me my little pocket here for filters, papers, which I will definitely need. Interior, moving on. Though the Mini is truly a very spacious car for its overall external dimensions, I'm quite a tall guy as well, and fitting in Bob has been an issue, especially ever since I thickened the foam on the seats so I can make a more comfy soft ride, which increased the height and I wouldn't clear the roof anymore. So I removed the top lining and I redid it with old jeans, and half of these are my brother's, so I can have something of him along with me on the trip. And what I also did was install the net at the back here, and I have my sleeping bag on the roof. So I don't plan on bringing people with me, at least I don't plan on having people using the back seat, because now the height is quite low. I don't mind. I still got a very clear view of my rear view mirror, so it's not obstructing my view. It cannot be seen. It doesn't take up space either inside the car or the trunk, and it's pretty practical as well, and soundproofs the interior too. So what else I've done? Using jeans as a rooftop lining means I got extra pockets, and I got two in here for some extra tobacco. One goes here, one goes there, and I got me more pockets here for a lighter and what have you. There's plenty of space. I actually ended up having more space that I can fill up. I'm sure that's not going to be a problem. So regarding gaskets, I needed me a spot that was going to be flat, that was going to be secured. There was no way they were going to get squeezed or bent or destroyed in any way. So that's where I put them, and they sit flat against flat metal, and they're protected by lining and hidden as well. And I still have the rear top shelf to put more stuff if I need to. Done. Now, all of that planning has basically left me with a completely empty trunk. I got the spare tire, and of course I got me a set of snow chains, which I can also use in mud, jumper cables if I need them, and I got me a small mat, foldable mat, which I can use if I need to repair something or to check something underneath Bob. I got my wheel wrench on top of here, if I can just get it. There you go. And then I use a strap to strap it in place, and that's there. Come on. That's done, and it's not going to fall off. And now what I have as last part, I got a set of drums with me, which I secure with bolts and butterfly nuts for easy access. And in here I got everything I need per wheel. So set of shoes, spare springs, wheel cylinders for both of my wheels. So this is sorted and it's up there, and if I need something, and God forbids I don't, I can just undo the butterfly nuts, get it out, replace what I need to replace, and get on with my life. So now I got space to fill this up. So what will I need as extra? I got me a small foldable chair, which I may or may not need. I'm pretty sure I will, either having coffee or fixing something, so I need a place to rest. I got me an oil canister, 5-liter oil canister, which was my brother's gift for Christmas back in 2014, so it goes in there. I got me my bag, and that has all the stuff I'll be needing for 3 months. Yes, I do travel lightly. And last but not least, I got me small toolbox. That was a army pharmacist pouch, And in here I have small ancillaries like spark plugs, spare lamps, any miscellaneous stuff I might need. And that goes in there. And I still got plenty of space to use. So I guess that wraps up the way in which someone could pack a classic Mini for a long haul trip, maybe Thailand or wherever. There's so much space in this car, tiny as it might be, and I actually can't wait to get on the road. But before I do that, I got so many repairs to do. Catch you at the next episodes. Thank you for sticking around. Take care of yourselves.